Good morning, everyone. Today is Tuesday, August 6th, and today we will cover the trades for YieldMax funds, TSLY, CONY, NVDY, and MSTY. Today is also declaration date, which is a big day in the YieldMax land. So when that announcement comes out, hopefully it's before work, I will get that video out to you as well. But for now, let's talk about the trades for yesterday. And there was a lot of them. So TSLY had a trade, NVDY had a trade, MSTY had a trade, and then oddly enough, CONY had a trade. I actually almost missed it until this morning. So let's start with TSLY. So TSLY, there's three transactions. There's a buy call for the synthetic, a sell put for the synthetic, and then a sell call for the weekly. So basically they added 650 contracts to the synthetic, and they sold those same contracts as a weekly call to make some premium. Synthetic is still ugly though. They have not closed out their synthetic positions. When they do, obviously it'll be a disaster, but it is what it is, right? So here they have the 260 synthetic. This is what they added to. Here's the 650 contracts. You see how cheap the buy call is. No one wants it, right? And then the sell put, all right, sure. Here's 58.77 credit, for the put, because you're committing to buying Tesla at 260 by 816. So again, that's why, we're getting a credit for opening this position, which is awesome. However, are we going to recover by 260 by 816? No, that's 23% away. So, in 11 days, obviously, very doubtful, almost impossible at this point. So yeah, they're going to lose money when they close out this synthetic. Obviously, it will not go into the current month because I'm closing this month out. So fresh month for August. And we're going to start with a nice synthetic debit to go with it. So beware of that. And then the 265s, it's no better. It's actually worse, but at least it's less contracts. So yeah, that'll close as well because both expire next Friday, right? So, all right, anyway, let's go to the July tab. Yesterday was a disaster in the market. Everything was red. Everything was, going down. So a lot of people, they had the chance to, either run away or average down. I don't know. What'd you guys do? Let me know. Tesla went down 4.23%. TSLY went down 3.34%. So all in all, not a terrible day, honestly. Let's see how the calls look, though. First off, let's look at the one they added. So they added 650 contracts. Here you go. 212.50 strike is what they chose, and that's 6.85% out of the money. However, it's in this week, so it's for 4 trading days, and obviously the market has been going down, so they could have went at the money. I wouldn't even cared because look at this. The other positions are pretty far out of the money now. Not as far as you would think based on what the market's been doing. But the largest position is, about 34,000 contracts, 10.62% out of the money. And then another smaller position, 560 contracts, 16.9% out of the money. So yesterday's move yielded them 101%. So yeah, they were aggressive. So again, got nothing to say about that because their other positions are way out of the money, and we don't know if the market's going to recover from yesterday, but I'm guessing it will. Hopefully this week because they have the room to recover. All right, so outstanding shares did go up by 375,000. So people, they were wise. They said, you know what? I'm going to get into this. I'm going to buy in the discount. So here's the recap. 30-day IV, 65%. Again, that's nice IV. Outstanding shares, 50,875,000. Again, this is the last video for July. Starting tomorrow, I should have an August tab. Yes, more work for me. Yay. Loss for the weeklies, 14.1 mil. Okay. So again, we don't have to talk about that again, that number. Reaction is, TSLY fund manager. He's just kind of like laughing over this whole thing, this whole bear market, whole red disaster. But to end the month of July, I have a synthetic income of 131 million. I have a short call loss of 14.1. That's a net income of 117 million, or 230 per share. Again, I give my estimates, so we'll compare my estimates based on, compared to what they pay. And we'll talk about that either this morning at lunch or after work. We shall see. Outstanding holdings, again, they're a synthetic disaster. It's looming, right? It's over, it's like 216 mil. So, and they're going to have to close it. But again, it's already baked into the NAV, the net asset value. So it's already there, nothing to worry about. It's just going to be a loss in the books. Because when they do the call part, obviously in orange, it's not worth much. So then we're left in blue with the weeklies. So far, so good. It looks like, we're going to win these. We'll see how, if Tesla does recover this week, how, to what extent. Like, could we still get blown through? I guess technically we could. But again, I don't know. The market's been just crazy. So the net asset value is 706.8 mil. The NAV is 1389. Yeah, that sucks to look at Tesla in the 13s. Trade price 1389, right on the money. All right, so that's Tesla. Again, everything was right yesterday. NVDY, same thing. Buy call, sell put, sell call. Sorry if I'm kind of rushing, but when I have 4 trades, when all 4 funds have trades, I have to do this, or else the video would take like an hour. So anyway, obviously they added 2,500 contracts. They added to the 115 synthetic, and then they did a 108 weekly strike. So let's take a look at the numbers. All right, so remember, as you recall, they closed the 127. I still haven't gotten finalized numbers. I'm gonna need to follow up with YieldMax. Hopefully I can get them. If not, then unfortunately the data for July is not exact. Again, I strive for exact data, exact numbers. So it'll suck, honestly, if I don't get that. Anyway, August 5th, yesterday, 2,500 contracts they added. You could see, obviously, the call much cheaper than the put. So they did end up getting a credit of about 3.2 mil, because if you take a look, the strike of this is 115. NVIDIA price is 100. So obviously, yeah, when you add to the synthetic and the strike is well above the current price, you're going to get a credit. It's 12.65% away at the moment, but again, 46 days away for this synthetic. So, again, less of a worry. It's not 816 like the other. All right, let's go to the July tab and see what the damage was for NVIDIA. So NVIDIA down 6.36%. NVIDIA went down 5.11%. Still $23 though, right? Staying above that 20. That's the key, man. How long can these funds stay above $20? Because most of them launch around 20. So as long as they stay above 20, then you're good, right? Because you're just making money. All right, so the 2,500 contracts that they added, that was for yesterday. They chose an expiration date of this Friday, 4 days away. A 108 strike price, 7.52% out of the money. That's a yield of 136%. So aggressive, yes it is. That's comparable to a 90% IV. But again, in a market like this, being aggressive, I don't have an issue with that, because obviously the rest of the positions, around 84,000 contracts, they're sitting at a 115 strike, which is 14.48% out of the money. So again, there's room for the fund to grow. Obviously, it tanked yesterday. And if NVIDIA decides to recover this week, NVIDIA is ready, right? They're ready to recover most of that, unless it goes like up 20%. Then obviously it'll be blown through. But, then hopefully our synthetic, actually, let's take a look. Our synthetic is 115. So that will make money. But again, we don't want typically the weekly strike prices to be below that. Obviously the 108 is, but not the 115 is right on the money. But we'll see how it plays out. Hopefully after this week, we stay below 115. And then next week, maybe we can fly high. Reaction, yeah, I know. NVIDIA shareholders, NVIDIA fund manager, a day like yesterday, you feel like you just got a black eye. Someone punched you in the face. Short call income, we got 51.4 mil. Again, synthetic is at a loss for this one. They got $91 million loss. So when that happens, all you do is you consider the short call income, which comes to about $1.37 per share. So the estimate should be done with, right? Yeah, so we're done. We're settled at $1.37. I think my estimate was 140. I don't know. But we'll see. Today they're going to announce it anyway, so it doesn't matter what I say anymore. Outstanding holdings. So they got the synthetic that expires, we said in September. And then they got the weeklies, which look pretty good. But the net asset value back under 900 mil. So they're, this 1 billion is really hard to hit. But they're at 873.6 million. The NAV is 23.27. Trade price 23.39. Okay, so let's move on. I'm going to stay in the typical order. So I'll skip over MSTY for now, and I'll go to CONY. So yeah, I don't know how I almost missed this yesterday. I'm taking screen prints of everything. But obviously, CONY, what the hell, man? So they sold, part of their synthetic, and they moved it. They have a synthetic 250. They moved it to 210. And then what else did they do? Well, they had 3 on the bottom, 3 transactions, buy, call, sell, put, sell, call. So added 950 additional contracts. So there seems to be interest in all funds, so that's good. But obviously, based in the market we're in, since the synthetic, tracks the underlying, then the synthetics obviously are not going to do well. But this is why hopefully they expire further out. It gives them more time to recover. But a lot of these are expiring very soon. But either way, let's take a look at the numbers. Okay, CONY, what do we got? We got the 250. So here's the 250 that still exists. Yes, they closed out 4,000 contracts. Well, how much did they make? Nothing. They actually lost about $22 million. I think I hear a cricket in the garage. Hopefully that's a cricket. So that leaves them with 12,150 contracts. Again, expires in 11 days, 24% away. So expect to lose more money from this synthetic. Now the other synthetic, at least this one, expires in 46 days. So they added the 4,000 contracts there. But they made money. They made money for putting it there because, coin is below that. Coin is below this synthetic price as well. And then they also added the 950 contracts, and they got an additional credit for that. So they got 1.3 for that, and they got about, almost 6 mil in the other part. So that got thrown into the July profits, which is pretty good. But again, hopefully this coin price of 189 can capture some upside before 920 and get above 210. We'll see. It's the synthetic game, right? But you can't really judge them too much on the synthetic unless they make some stupid moves. All right, anyway, so how did coin do yesterday? Coin went down 7.32%. CONY went down 6.69%. So look at CONY, man, 1590. Oof. Who would have thought? All right, so let me zoom out a little. Oh my God, yeah, CONY, I should say, scattered strikes. Wow. All right, so let me go. I'm going to go through these real quick from top to bottom. Lowest strike price. Ready? 950 contracts, 205 strike, 8.2% out of the money. 8,000 contracts, 217.50 strike price, 14.79% out of the money. 8,350 contracts, 220 strike, 16.11% out of the money. 750 contracts, 230 strike price, 21.39% out of the money. 15,800 contracts, 232.50 strike price, 22.71% out of the money. Oof. All right, so looking at all of these, I don't think really there's anything to be concerned about for this week. So they can capture a lot of the upside. So if coin wants to have a mini bull run, go ahead. All right, so how much yield did they chase after yesterday, though? Look at that, 169%. They said, screw it, we're so far out of the money on the others. Why the hell not? their 30-day IV is 90%. So obviously they almost went for double on that one. All right, outstanding shares for CONY did increase, just like the others, 325,000. Good job. So people are buying on the dip. Here's the recap, or here's the last recap of July. Again, their 30-day IV is 90%. That's pretty damn solid. Outstanding shares is at 40,450,000. July calls, all in all, produced a loss of 20,165,000. But it is what it is. CONY fund manager saying, so long, July. You know, I will see you next time. I will see you next year. Hopefully we do better. All right, so as far as payment information, again, we're done. We're done talking about July. They did not make money. They're going to have a distribution, obviously. The estimate's out there. We'll see what they pay. So, you know, August is the fresh month. So yeah, now as far as this is concerned, they got synthetic disasters as well. The one expires 8/16 on top, 73 million to close it. So it's going to happen sooner or later, maybe this week, maybe next week, but probably this week. Now the weekly calls, obviously, you know, it's very cheap to close some of these, but you know, we still got 4 days. So I guess, I don't know if they'll decide to close any out early, but you never know. Like one is 23 cents, right? Does it make sense to keep that open? Should we close it, see how the market goes? I don't know. Either way, the net asset value is 643 mil. Again, look I got one row. You know, they're clogging up the freaking rows. Look how much data is here. This is ridiculous on CONY. But yeah, the NAV is 1592, trade price 1590. So that's CONY. Now, MSTY, same as the others, 3 transactions, buy, call, sell, put, sell, call. So they added 70 contracts to the synthetic position of 1550. And you see the 816. When you see 816, you're like, oh, crap. And then they sold a call with an 8/9 expiration. That's this Friday. Same 70 contracts. And you see the strike 1450. Okay. Again, yes, I'm going a little faster than usual, but number one, all 4 had trades. And number 2, try to get this out to you guys, you know, sooner than later, because it is declaration date. Who knows when they declare? They get earlier and earlier every time. All right, so here's the 70 contracts that they added. Look at that massive credit that they get for opening that position. In the end, it's a net of 1.5 mil, right? But look, they are 15% away from their strike. And are they gonna recover that much in 11 days? You know, very doubtful. So again, we're gonna take a hit on this synthetic. So it's a synthetic, you know, mess, we'll just say. All right, so let's see what we got here. MSTR, it went down 9.6%. MSTY went down a decent amount. It went down 8.06%. So let's see what we look like for the week. Zoom out a little. Well, the 70 contracts, they just did that one, 1450 strikes, 10% out of the money. They went for 189% yield. Good for them. Because the other one, you know, the majority of the contracts, 2,690, that's sitting at a 1,600 strike. That's 22% out of the money. So the other one being 10% out of the money, yeah, I'm good with that. But again, yeah, MSTR could go up 10% today, right? And we could be blown through. So we'll see. We'll see tomorrow. It could be a different conversation. Outstanding shares, just like the others, went up 750,000. Someone bought a lot of MSTY. Like I always say, who's the whale? 30-day IV, 100. Look at that, over 100%. This is why MSTY, you know, again, I've been saying it lately. These funds really, they work so much better when the underlying has an IV like this, because it gives them so much more flexibility, so much more room to go further out of the money to capture the movements of the underlying. And I'm really starting to appreciate MSTY more and more. Yeah, believe it or not, yeah, I don't own MSTY, but again, as I am redoing my portfolio based on having too many funds, MSTY is a possibility of being added to my portfolio due to this ongoing, this IV just stays consistently high. It's pretty amazing though. All right, anyway, recap is 30-day IV, 107%. Outstanding shares, 16,125,000. They almost have income, but they don't. In the end, for the month of July, they ended up with a loss of 3.7 mil. Yeah, MSTY fund manager, a little dazed and confused because it was a rough month. But in the end, they actually had some income, 3.1 mil, net of synthetic and short call income. So that's a total of 20 cents per share. Obviously, they're going to pay a bigger chunk than that. So we'll see. They'll tell us this morning. All right, what do we got? We got not a lot of holdings. Again, they got the 2 calls in blue. They got the synthetics in pink and orange. No need to talk about that anymore. So the net asset value, 394 mil. The NAV is 24.46. Trade price, 24.65. Okay, so that's the recap of that. Now we can go to pre-market and see, is it over? Is the bear market over? Are we done? Let's see. Let's scroll here. Well, it doesn't look like we're too far. Tesla, I looked earlier, it was up like 2%, almost 3%, and now it's only up 0.43%. So maybe we'll flip red again, who knows? So Tesla is up 0.44% at 199. TSLY is up 0.86%. Oh, $14. There you go. NVDY is up 1.65%, 102.11. NVIDIA is up 1.58%. It's at 23.76. CONY is up 1.48%. These increases are not massive. After yesterday, you'd think it'd be something crazy, but maybe it's just like a slow jump back. But again, it's still early. It's 5:30 a.m. But yeah, COIN's at 192.52. CONY it's up 1.76%. It's at 16.18. MSTR is up 2.37%. It's at 13.40. MSTY is up 2.27%. It's at 25.21. I always say, and I should have mentioned it yesterday, but the best days to get into these funds is a red day Monday. Because if it's super red on Monday and you jump in on the bottom there, they'll be way out of the money, right? So most of these are over 10% out of the money. So you can capture essentially a 10% capital appreciation in 1 week with these funds, which is not easy to do. So if you have the Monday, then you have 4 days of appreciation, to capture the upside. So again, a red Monday is a beautiful thing. And no, I did not take advantage of it because I used most of my cash, and again, now I'm using margin for options, so I'm kind of just, I'm being a little more careful with things, so. Anyway, TSLL is up 0.35%, it's at 861. TNA is up 1.09%, it's at 35.40. AMDY is up 1.69%, it's at 13.83. AMZY is up 1.08%. It's at 1869. And last but not least, Bitcoin is up 3.18%. It's at 55,162. So now, that's it. That's the update. As always, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you're entertained. If not, I'll try again tomorrow. Like I said, it's declaration date. They'll get the numbers out today. I'll get them to you, when I can. We'll see. And then I'll show you how I did, in comparable to the numbers they produced. So if you enjoy this content, please remember to hit the like button as I sweat my ass off in the garage. If you have any questions or concerns, leave them in the comments below. And yeah, yesterday, unfortunately, my old ass car, driving home from traveling, it had a lot of problems with the suspension. In fact, like the whole rear frame needs replacing. So I got quite a mess on my hands as far as my car is concerned, because the cost to replace, to fix this is more than the value of the car. So I could not justify paying that. So now we're in a position where, we have to get a new car. So the options are, let the dividends pay for it. So essentially take out a car loan and pay the car loan with the dividends. Obviously, I would pay more as, pay it off sooner. Or take money from my brokerage account and just pay cash. Or, I can close out the wife's 401k and pay cash, take the penalty and just move on. Or somehow take out another 401k loan. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. I hate cars, especially now. Everything's so overpriced. But, again, it's hard to justify paying a cost on a car that's worth, the cost is more than the value of the car. But, it's just crazy. But, yeah, tough luck, right? But, it just sucks. I just paid 3 G's to fix something else. I wish this bigger cost, this is over 5 G's to fix this thing. I wish this would have happened before. Then I would have made the decision sooner. So I'd be up 3 G's. Either way, guys, I guess that leads to the key word, which, the key word is, I don't know. I guess the key word is you let me know. How should I pay for the new car, right? Should I take money from the brokerage, the taxable brokerage, and kind of, just kind of screw up my whole retire now portfolio? Should I close out my wife's 401k and just cash it out, take the penalty, take the 10% hit? It's a Roth, so I shouldn't have to pay income tax. So at least, I would just pay the 10% penalty, pay cash for the car, and that way she can get, because that's a little more money, she can get what she wants and I'll take her car. And then the other options, obviously, is I could just take a car loan, which is what I hate, because that means I'm paying interest to a stupid bank. And then, obviously, I could pay that with my dividends each month. Or there's always the 401k loan, of course. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. I guess that's the key word. I know it's a lot of options. I think I gave you 4 options, so let me know what you think. Yeah. So, yeah, unfortunately, I do need a car because I still commute to work. Obviously not this week, but, we'll see. Anyway, guys, let me go. Let me get out of here, post this video, and then obviously I'll talk to you later, sometime today when they announce the declaration. If you're wondering how they announce it, you can sign up for the emails through their website, and then they'll email you as soon as it's available. Or you just join my Discord. Someone there is always posting it, as soon as possible. That's pretty much when I know it's out there. I hear the ring on the Discord, right? So the link's on my YouTube channel. All right, guys, let me go, and I will talk to you later. Have a great day.